Yeah, so it's been a busy couple of years. I think when I was first on, we may have been 15, potentially 20 employees at the high end. And now we're 60 employees and we're
Wow.
really growing the team aggressively. On the client side, we maybe had, at the time I thought it was a lot. We had probably a couple hundred financial institutions on the platform. And today we have north of 1,200 financial institutions on the platform.
Wow.
And that corresponds to, because we have a very large footprint in the credit union space, we have more than 20% of the entire credit union industry on the platform today. So we've been growing aggressively. We've been scaling. It's been a lot of work, but it's also been very exciting.
What do you attribute that growth to?
We've always been very much a product-oriented company. We really try to perfect the product as much as possible and deliver an experience that works for credit unions of all sizes and really financial institutions of all sizes. So if I can take a step back, right, what LoanStreet does again is we facilitate the sharing of loans among financial institutions. Now, large institutions call that syndicated lending. Smaller institutions, oftentimes like community banks and credit unions, will call that participated lending. Sometimes people call it club deals. But whatever you call it, it enables financial institutions to share loans. And it's one of the most effective ways for financial institutions to manage their balance sheet. And while that might be an esoteric thing that people would share a loan, that they don't hold the whole thing on their balance sheet, it's an incredibly effective way for them to lend more aggressively in their local community, support more local businesses, but then have an outlet to share those type of opportunities to manage concentration risk with other financial institutions that may not have access to that credit. It's a very powerful tool. And one of the things, though, is that historically, this was a very high friction process, right? It's very difficult to do. And that's why you saw it done rarely among, say, traditional financial institutions, or done commonly in what they call the widely syndicated loan market with JP Morgan and Bank of America for these billion-dollar deals. And they can support very large transactions with many parties, but there's a lot of cost, a lot of friction involved. So our focus has been kind of like sucking out that friction, making it super easy to do, not just to transact, but importantly, maintain that relationship over the many years that those institutions are going to be in this loan together, right? Loans don't disappear after a day. And so our view is you had to make it so that you could really engage the whole industry, right? When we sell to financial institutions, we sell to institutions of all sizes.